Hey guys, sorry to interrupt the riveting opening title sequence for the 3-gun dry fire challenge, but since we made the video, Steve Anderson of Anderson Shooting has been nice enough to share with us several pages out of his book, Refinement and Repetition. This is the book that inspired these series of drills that we're doing, and he's allowing us to share with you guys in a free download several of the pages from his book that will help inform you how to do the drills that are in the video. What we'd highly recommend you do is download that in the About Us section or on our website. We'll have links up to all of that. And go over to his page, which is andersonshooting.com. He's got a great podcast there, and then we highly recommend you buy this book. The dry fire skills we're going to show off barely scratch the surface of what's available to you in this incredible book. I mean, it really is the gospel on how to do this. So enjoy the video, and God bless. Hey guys, this is Mark with Hawkeye Ordnance. Today we're putting together a 3-gun dry fire challenge and a series of 3-gun dry fire drills that I think you'll be able to use every day, regardless of the amount of space you have and the time you have to put in. So I sat down and wanted to come up with something that made a lot of sense, but did not want to reinvent the wheel. So I went back to what I've always gone back to, which is Steve Anderson, his Refinement and Repetition book, and took some of the core principles out of here and organized something I could do in my small studio space here in about 45 minutes, 3 days a week. Obviously you could do more or less of that, and I encourage you to make all kinds of changes to this that really fit your needs and expose your weaknesses so you can get better at your game. This is just one way to go. So here we are in Minnesota. It's horrible cold and windy and snowy outside, and there hasn't been a lot of good days to get out to the range in 2014 in the winter, so was looking for ways that I could continue my skill set while utilizing transitions between guns and some reloading for the shotgun, etc. So this is what I came up with, and I hope you guys like it and it helps you out. Alright guys, so there's a few things you're going to need to get started. Would highly recommend picking up Steve's book. This Refinement and Repetition is amazing, especially for you guys who are USPSA pistol shooters. This is an incredible book to get you through your qualifiers. But there's also just really good information for anyone in here who's into competitive shooting. So I'd highly recommend picking this up. And then the other things that I would do if you can. I don't have a real shot timer, but I was lucky enough a year ago to get the Surefire shot timer for my iPad, which we'll show off in a little bit. You do want to push yourself, and one of the best ways to do that is to slowly speed up the time frame, so you're always pushing against that clock to get faster and faster and faster. And then I've made a couple things. I use my rifle case for my kind of dump mat for when I'm transitioning between long guns. And then I've got this, which is just an old clothes hamper that I've essentially cut up a little bit. It's just nice when you're doing mag changes or when you're dumping shells. It gives you a place to collect everything so you're not constantly bending over. And in my case, I live in a condo, so I've got people living below me, and they're not huge fans of this. It is what it is. Okay, so the last thing you're going to need is some targets. And what we've got over here on the wall, these are 8.5 by 11s. With just IPSC targets, and I'll put a link to where you can download that and create your own. Super cheap, super easy. These are 1/3 size, and so all of the drills we're going to do are either at 21 or at 30 feet on a full-size target. So in my case, I have a small space. These are 1/3 size, so this is 7 feet here, and this is 10 feet here, and that gives me 21 and 30 according to that size right there. If you've got a bigger space, go to the 2/3 size target, and then you would need to have, let's see, I made a note here, you need to have 14 and 20 feet, or if you have a full size, then you go to 21 and 30 feet. So it's just a matter of what kind of space you have. This is the best I can do with what I've got, and so we make it work. Alright guys, so before we get the guns out and start doing some dry fire training here, I'm going to give you kind of an overview of the way I set this up. So the concept is I wanted to fit this into 30 to 45 minute sessions about 3 times a week. That's what I found I had time for between my life and kids and all that stuff. So each session is with 2 firearms, a primary gun and a secondary gun. There'll be 6 drills for the primary and 3 drills that incorporate transitions from primary to secondary and potentially back. I do encourage you to mix things up a little bit throughout the week and just try different ways of getting on and off each gun so that you build up some different skill sets for actually playing the game. Okay, so what we're going to do is go through all the primary drills right now using each gun. So I'm going to show you each of the 6 using a pistol, a rifle, and a shotgun. And then we're going to go through the secondary drills, probably just a couple of different ones just to give you an idea of what they're all about. All right, so the first drill is an indexing drill at 10 yards. So again, we have a 1/3 size target. I'm roughly 10 feet away, so that would give me the same sight picture as being 30 feet away from a full-size IPSC target. And all we're doing with this is drawing and establishing a sight picture. So the time before the buzzer goes off the second time, I want to be on an A zone hit center mass. And so I'm using the this Surefire shot timer that I've got on my iPad. Now, unfortunately, this is no longer available, but it just gives you par time so you could start working on some of these skills at home. So there are good shot timers out there for 100, 150 bucks. I mean, again, do not let not having a shot timer stop you from getting involved in these skills. You do not need one to do this. It just gives you something to measure what you're doing. So I'm going to go and use a little bit of a slightly slower than I've been up to for this one, because I want to try to emphasize the skill here, not as much how awesome I am doing it, which, by the way, I suck. Okay, here we go. So what we're going to do is 5 times we're going to do each drill without the timer. So this is a draw and sight acquisition drill. Okay? So I'm pulling it up, I'm getting into that last bit, the sights drop into space, and then I'm using my trigger finger to take the slack out of the trigger, and I want to, when I'm going to the time, I want to have that be bang on A when when the buzzer goes off the second time. So that ended up being pretty good. Okay. So that's with the pistol. So let's do that with the rifle now. So rifle's the same thing. And by the way, my neighbors, there's a window right over here. They love this. They come into the condo building and they see me doing this inside of the window. I'm sure they're thrilled. They feel very safe. Very, very, very safe. So this is the same drill, guys. And with this one, I actually do not charge the trigger. And that way I get that little bit of play. This is a single stage trigger, so that's literally all that I get anyway. And so I use that to tell where I'm at. Now, of course, this drill doesn't require that, but it's that simple. So, okay. So we're going to do the same thing. And in this case, I'm probably going to move this guy out of the way so you get a little more space. All right. And we're going to start this from the low ready and bring it up on target. So try it once. Focus on the target and bring the optic to my eye line. So it's much faster with the rifle. It's just it falls into place really well for me. And then same thing with the shotgun. Now I'm using a pump gun that I'm planning on running for some of the tactical shotgun this summer. So I'm building up with this. Right now I only have a 4-round magazine in here. So when we do the reloading, you'll see that I'm only loading 4 at a time. And of course you can load as many as you're able to. And that's the shotgun. So, that's our primary starting drill. So on any given day we start with one of these guns and do that drill. The next one is a surrender index. So this one I only do when I'm doing the pistol. So on this one, because we're going to start hands high, and we could do some different things, starting from different spots with these guns, and you're welcome to play with that idea. But what I was trying to get to was just coming on my pistol from different ways, because pistol is still probably my weakest. Bad grip that time. Happy with that. So that's one I only do on the pistol. Then we got some reloads. Okay, so we're sticking it at the 30-foot spot, and we're going to start out with pistol reloads. So what we're going to do with this one is start. The way that I do this is these are Burkett Reloads, and technically you're only supposed to just kind of make contact and not actually engage the magazine. Now I've gone a little further, so what I'm trying to do is be on target, do a magazine change, and back on target in the time period. So it's not a traditional Burkett Reload. Okay, it's acceptable. And just keep doing it. And then when you feel like you've made some progress on it, speed up the time by a 10th or 20th in order to push yourself a little bit. Okay, so with the rifle, what we're going to do is I'm trying to get in the habit of checking my chamber too. So not that I would do this all the time, but for this particular drill, I'm checking my chamber as well. So I'm rolling it over, checking, dropping the magazine and swapping it out. And these aren't as fast for me as the pistol reloads, but let's give it a go. Okay, didn't quite make it. So the question is if I don't quite make the timer, the question is that because I'm not fast enough yet, or because I made a mistake there that I normally wouldn't make? So I'll be honest with you, I'm looking at my times here, and I'm a little ahead of where I was last week, so I'm going to back this down just a little bit. Okay. Be honest with yourselves, you want to make yourself faster, but you also want to do this smooth. You want to use good form, because that's the main thing here, is reinforcing really refined movements. Alright, so that's the rifle. And then everyone's favorite reloading job, the shotgun. So again, with this one, I'm going to be using this pump gun for some tactical shotgun this summer. I'm waiting on the extension for it right now, but so I'm just reloading 4 at a time. And I don't think it's a bad thing, you guys, to instead of always loading 8 in your gun or 10 or whatever your your magic number is breaking it up. Maybe just load 6 or 2 or 4 or 8. You know, just kind of screw around with some different ideas. You don't want to get stuck in only one way of doing things. 3-gun has a way of making you get outside of your comfort zone. So again, we're going to be on target, and let's see what we're doing for reloads. And that's the reloads on the shotgun. Okay, so this is the 6 reload 6, and we'll engage each target with 2, reload, and go back through. So it's T1, 2, 3, reload, T1, 2, 3. So this is good. You want to, pick up as much time as you can, so you're moving back as you're reloading, so you're on that first target again when you're done seating the magazine. So. And I've set this for kind of a long period of time, because I'm going to use the same time period for each of the guns here, just to make life easy. So, okay, here we go. Okay. That's that one, and then we'll move on to the rifle. Alright, we'll move on to the shotgun. So same thing, we're going to do shot. The shotgun, no, I'm not going to double tap. We're just going to shoot 1. 1, 2, 3, load 1, 2, 3. Okay, here we go. Tough reload. Ooh, just picked it up. Okay, well this one's very similar to some other drills we've done, but we're much closer now, so we're working more on the transitions. We've got a farther, a wider angle of arc here between targets 1 and 2 and 2 and 3, and This one's really helped me kind of get my head moving when I break that last shot. So it's, break the second shot, my eyes move, my sights come into my eye line, take 2 shots, my eyes move, my sights come into my eye line, so I'm ahead of my gun a little bit with where I'm looking. So we'll do this one first without the timer just to kind of show it off. So we will draw, click, click, and then you can see my head moves, and I bring my sights into place, my head moves, sights come into place. Boy, this gives you just an incredible sense of your sights as you're moving across these targets. So it looks something like this. So on that one, I'm definitely feeling a little like I'm pushing myself too hard, which means I'm starting to practice some bad techniques. So I'm going to back it down by 2/10 and give myself a little more room to make sure that I'm doing this extremely well. There we go. Felt smoother, looks smoother. Again, trying to get your head moving before the sights. Trust yourself. And shotgun. And again, we're only going to do one because we're doing double taps with the shotgun. So. Easy peasy. Okay, so this last drill with the primary gun is the bill reload drill. So in this case, if you could get a little closer, I would, but we'll go ahead and run this at our sort of simulated 21 feet right now. And so we'll draw and we will shoot 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, reload 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, and we're going to try to do that in a fair amount of time. I'm going to set this up again for slightly higher time so we can show off hopefully some good technique. So, okay. So, draw, shoot 6, reload, shoot 6, try to beat the time. Okay, let's try that with the rifle now. This time I'm just to change it up, I'm not going to check my chamber, I'm just going to drop the magazine and swap it out. And the shotgun. And in this case, we are going to do 6, reload 4, 6. Okay. Let's go with shotgun. Let's try that one more time. Sloppy, but we beat it. All right. Okay, so we've reloaded everything now, and we're just going to do the pistol rifle transitions for the 3 remaining drills. And so, of course, as we laid out earlier, each day you'll have a primary and a secondary, but instead of sitting here and going through all of these, we're just going to show you pistol rifle. So what we're going to do this time, we're going to go back to that 6, reload 6, but we're going to do it on both guns this time. Okay? So here we go. Okay, so we're going to run all that for time now, and once again, make sure that you got your safety engaged, even if it's only halfway, just so you get used to just always having to, turn that safety off and get it to live. So let's see if we can do this to time. So here we go. I'll take that one. All right. Okay, so we're going to do the bill drill now with the two guns. So it's bill reload drill. So we're going to shoot, and this time we'll use both long guns. So we're going to go rifle 6, drop the magazine, rifle 6, safe, and drop. Grab the shotgun, 6, reload, 6. Alright? So hopefully that'll look something like this. And then the really important thing is this drill does not count unless when you check your rifle at the end, the safety is engaged. Okay? So, and in this case I've got my bolt down, so it's not going to go all the way out, but I just want to make sure that I'm physically getting rid of that rifle on safe. Okay? Here we go. Nice, that worked pretty good. Okay, so this one is kind of a modification of the 3x3, but I'm calling this one head and shoulders. So what we're doing here is we're going to, timer's going to go off, we're going to engage T1 through T3 with 1 shot and center mass, and then we're going to reload and engage T3 to T1 with 1 shot to the head. Switch to the rifle, do the same thing. T1, T2, T3 center mass, do a magazine change, and then T3 to T1 headshots on the way back. Okay? And in theory, that's going to look a little something like this. Alright guys, so our first match up here in the Tri-State is at the end of March, and this is the routine I'm working on a weekly basis, trying to build up my skills. Well, it's hard to get outside and shoot live fire, plus it's expensive of course, and I would challenge you guys to try something like this yourself. This is a series of drills. I'm going to do my best to annotate all this and give you options. If you have questions, email me directly. I can send you more stuff than I can just publicly put out there. I'd be happy to do that. These are great skills, and the one thing I've really noticed in the last few weeks of doing this group is how much faster I'm tracking ahead of my gun. So when I'm engaging that first target, when that second shot breaks, my eyes have already moved to the next one, and I'm just working my way across, and it's much smoother and much faster. So we all have our things we need to work on, and that was a big one of mine. So I do wish you all the best, and I hope this helps, and if there's anything we can do, certainly let us know. Subscribe to the channel down here or over here. Check us out on Facebook, and our new website, HawkeyeOrdnance.com, which is up and running. And send us an email if you have any questions, mark@HawkeyeOrdnance.com. I hope you're well, and I look forward to seeing you guys here out in the matches pretty soon. God bless.